Good evening, folks. Samson told I drop up the radio. Let me scoot myself a little bit. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in tonight. We say thank you very much. I'm sitting in for Mr. Soul, who is on assignment again, as usual. He's taking care of business. We want to thank him very much for his ability to take care of business. Mr. So, thank you very much. We will be here to support you, whatever it is you want us to do on this platform. We will do it because we know that you're genuinely doing all you can to make sure that this platform stay in place. Thank you. Again, folks, Samson told Labra Radio, join me, share this video, share it to as many people as possible. We appreciate all of you that are coming in and coming in drove. We say thank you very much. Please join us tonight. We're going to have a wonderful show tonight. And to those of you that are here to watch, please share this video. Please just share it. All you have to do is go to your share button, Facebook share button, and just share it. As many people you share it to, the people will come and watch, and you will see all your brothers and sisters also watching. And of course, we also want you to join us to make your own comment. We want to tell you thank you. We welcome all of you. Safety. Oh, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you very much. We want to thank you for everything that you do for us and you continue to do for us and you will continue to do for us. Thank you, my Lord. Those of us that believe in you, we have no fear. We know you have the ability to help us. You know we have the ability to take care of us. We know you have the ability to take care of us anywhere. And we want to thank you for that. We want to thank you for that. We have faith in you. We want to thank you for that. We want to thank you because when we pray, you answer our prayer. Thank you, my Lord. We know that. We know that. We know, and that's why we will stay in this public manner to say the brothers and sisters that don't know you, please come and try our Jesus. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. Again, my Lord, we pray to you tonight to say to our brothers and sisters that are on hold tonight, make them whole. We pray to you tonight, my brother, my God, that our brothers and sisters that are not healing tonight, we ask you to heal them. We pray to you tonight, my God, that are for our brothers and sisters that are hurting for whatever reason, be the painkiller tonight. Yes, we thank you. We thank you. My Lord, we ask that the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Boakai, be blessed. Thank you. My Lord, we ask that you extend President Baka's life. My Lord, we ask whichever door President Baka knocks, you open it for him. We ask that you bless his hand, whichever opportunity is there, whatever he touches, my Lord, bless his hand. You brought President Baka to us. We ask you to completely take charge and make sure that President Baka is doing what it is that he has to do. He believes in you. We believe in you. We put him in your hands. Thank you for that, my Lord. Thank you for that. We ask that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, folks, that's how we do it here. That's how we do it. For those of you that are just watching, this is how we do it here. I'm setting in tonight for. Have I not even called you already? Why am I calling you 2 times for tonight? Okay, I'll do it anyway. I'll do it because you've been trying all day. I am setting in for Mr. Soya, my people. Thank you for joining us, folks. I sent the link out already. So let's talk about a big elephant in the room now. So President Boakai came and met Donald Trump, and people are not even discussing the substance; they're discussing Liberians. But before that, I was on watching the debate on Spoon tonight. I thought it was wonderful to see two young people. For me, the debate, let me just say very clearly, it was on like this. On one hand, Martin Colley was taking the debate as an intellectual debate. Our brother Asedo on the other hand was taking the debate as a Liberia debate. He was going at it. While Martin Collins was putting it on an intellectual level, Asedo was saying, no, go ahead, do your book business. But I will talk to the Liberian people. I thought it was very interesting tonight. And I want to thank the Spoon Network actually to say thank you for doing that. And I hope Water Spoon will make this into a program, and not just Isidore and Martin Collins, but bring some young Liberians. Let them debate the future of the country, because Water Spoon, you're doing a wonderful job. Bring more Liberians, young Liberians. Let them discuss the future of the country right before our own eyes. I think it's a very good thing. I think it's a very we will try to do some similar stuff like that. We tried before, but I didn't push the issue. But I believe that if you have these young people to discuss what is happening in the country, you will find a lot. You will find a lot. And I thought I enjoyed myself tonight. Um, yeah, it wasn't about CDC and Unity Party. I wasn't even looking at that point. When they start going like that, I'd go different place. But I thought the difference of the debate style was clear tonight. What's his name? Cully was intellectually engaged, though were Liberially engaged, if there is any such word. So, but I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was very interesting to have young people. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them to have young Liberians to discuss the future of the country, and then of course what happened in the past and what have you. Uh, I think the last huge question about debate, it didn't go well with CDC and the CDC at all. For the first time, then one of the things these debates will do for you, you get to learn something. This is the first time in my ears that I heard President we have started building the mansions 2015. But I said though the argument was not because it was not on Facebook. So well, if I hope that's the truth. I hope that's the truth. Good evening, Benedict. Thank you very much for joining us, my brother. Thank you, appreciate it. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. So when today I was at work. I have a huge project. The project was done. The RTL they sent it to ready to list. Then they came back. I said, Mr. Toll, we know you did good. Thank you. But hey, this is a pilot project where they take all of my design and the bridge design, put it together. Instead of presenting the what we usually do, they present the plan to the contractor. Now they want the contractor not only to have the plan, but to have a model, a model of the roadway itself. My design, take it and blend it in with the how to call it, bridge plan. And then instead of going through the plan by plan, they're doing it now so you will have a model of what the road look like when it's done. And then a contractor gonna go through that. So that was nice to go back and bring that model to life. So early this morning, I was very busy doing so. I didn't have time to go on Facebook and watch the president. So where it was, so people were calling me and sharing the video with me. It was nice. It was nice. My take on that video, and I think we need to talk about that. My take on that video. Other people saying that Donald Trump was condescending or what have you. That's Donald Trump. He's not doing anything to President Obama what he has not done to people before. Was it not the same Donald Trump who were mocking the disabled people. Yeah, so but President Baka, one of the things that I have a lot of respect for him was the way he answered. He said, "Yes, sir." You know, that's it. I'm not here to come debate with you. If any side see other person say, "I didn't eat my school fee. I didn't eat my school fee money." They ain't fitting with him, but not that. This is you see President Baka, and I'm not sitting here to praise President Baka. That's not the issue yet. I think I better put it in there. I don't want people to see my. Let me put this stuff. Okay. Now what I gotta say now? Samson to dressing live on TV. And you think I got shift? I got no shift. I got no shift. I'm the most ridiculous person on the network. I mean, Mr. Soul said, I'm the most embarrassing person on the network. And so call it what you want. I don't care. I'm the most ridiculous. I'm the most embarrassed person. I'm the most whatever it is. Bad. Bring it on. I don't care. I'll take it. But anyway, so let me go on. So if you those of us that have been following Trump for years and years and years, okay, Trump like our father. I'm just giving it to you as I see it. If Trump don't like you, he don't make joke for you. If Trump don't like you, he says some nasty thing about you. If Trump don't like when he listened to President Boakai speaking, when he made that comment that you speak more English than most people around the table, think about it. Who are around? That's Stephen Miller then. Who are on that table? Stephen Miller, and he said you spoke better English than most. So that means Stephen Miller, and all the American people. So President, we should be able to clap for President Boakai. But those of us who've been following President Boakai for a very long time, we knew these things, but this days were gonna come. Because that's who he is. He speaks well. You all know that. Now that's something new I'm saying. Even when he haven't come, I don't know that. I don't know him. He don't know me. I never even talked to him before. But when you listen to him, all these interviews he had with Costa, all the interviews he had with Witherspoon, so his English, even when you listen to the interview I can be playing, the English is pronounced, the way he take his word. The man is educated. What you want me to say? But if you go on the other spectrum, if you go on the other side, intellectually, you say then Trump is bad. Trump don't know fashion. But I would take that. I don't want to go to Twitter. But if you look at it from us, they'll be trying know nothing. So President Baka, Trump announced to President Baka that you know more than me. President of the United States of America, and seemed not to have clue that Liberia is a country that was founded by free slaves from here. So what do you expect us to speak? No go English? Those days are over, President Trump. What you want us to speak? Total English? No, you want to hear total English? Come here. You want to hear total English? Oh, Rescue 2 is here tonight. I think that, oh my goodness, we're going to sit down for Mr. Walter Carter. They're sitting down for Mr. So tonight. Don't come here. Don't come here and come tonight. He coming here. Walter Carter planning to come tonight because he called me. He myself talking. He said, "Oh, I finished recording you. I hear everything." He said, "Hey, that liquor talk. Record me. That liquor talk. Don't bring it here." Well, thank you for joining me, Terry. Thank you. So it's President Trump. There are two things I want you to take out of my conversation here tonight. One, if President Trump don't like you, he don't talk to you like that. The President Trump really like our father. You're watch and see. You're watch and see. If the people who are around President Boakai, if they use this opportunity and go after President Trump, will respond positively. But if they use it, oh, the way everybody, oh, they're condescending and just use it like that, then they don't want anything. So that one thing. The second thing that I want to take, I want you guys to take. I mean, it's nothing strange. We know President Boakai can speak. You know, he doesn't speak total English. He doesn't speak no-go English. Those days are over. He expressed himself well. The last thing is, if what President Trump is saying, if it's the other way around, then he just announced that the word President Boakai is he's more educated than me. You president of the United States, meeting people, and you thinking national security, and then you tell him, let's say you speak better English than people sitting there. Right? That's Stephen Miller. Then you talking about that's Stephen Miller because Stephen Miller then were around the table. So, but I'm not taking anything out of it. All I want to take out of it is that President Buckeye, as far as I'm concerned, President Trump likes. To be honest with you, I believe President Trump likes President Buckeye. I've been saying it here on this show over and over. When you look at the old man face, when you look at our father face, he's likable. Until you start playing around, you get you Huawei, like you get Flanduko over. Then you say, "Oh, that old man!" But I tell you, that I tell you late. That I tell you late. When he ready to do it. He said, "You know what? Y'all go ahead. I'm going out of town." Then you leave and go to Ghana. By the time you come out of trouble, already there. That's who he is. That's fun. But he's genuinely likable. Nobody at your face, President. You see how many times, President, we are. Let's say how you help the old. When you see the old man, you like him. You like him. There's no way. So Trump, I told you, I was saying that day before yesterday, and I said it yesterday also. I said the old man was smearing Trump. And Trump said, "You speak better English. You speak better English than many people around here. Where you go to school at? You and the man almost the same age. Then you telling him where you go to school at? But man saying like, bro, wow, that's good. That's good. He likes him. I thought these people, the embassy should push for a one-on-one conversation with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump Friday he will be going to Texas, I believe. But I think President Walker need to ask for a one-on-one conversation. Go to Rubio. He's from Cuba. He's not American. He's from Cuba. He will allow that. He will talk to Trump for a one-on-one. That is time now. You're hanging around Leslie Grant. This is a time for Liberia to hang around little G, Leslie Grant. Let Grant then make connection with President Trump. Let President Trump and President Walker have at least 30 minutes of conversation. Trump will release so much money in our country, you will not believe it. You will not believe it. So let's hear from you, Terry. Thank you for coming for the rescue this early. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Trump did the right thing. I think Trump is speaking metaphorically because the president actually spoke the language that Trump want him to speak. So most of the people thinking that Trump is actually maybe denigrating our country by saying whether if the African this that. But Trump made it clear that those people they generally ask him about the people. He said these people are my friends, right? He said these people are my friends. That's why I chose them. So Trump was speaking metaphorically because apparently JMB hit right in the place that Trump wanted him to speak. That is why he said, "Wow, your English is good," and all of that. Who tell you that Trump don't know that Liberia is an English-speaking country? You think Trump did not know Liberia is an English-speaking country before he selected Liberia to come and represent and be represented?
Yeah,
Before
especially with before he did that, the embassy, everybody that briefed him. They giving
the
him all
people
the
have
information.
briefed the man know
Yeah.
that how Trump that is how Trump play around.
That's why I said Trump liked the old man.
Yeah,
You saw what Trump did to the guy from Ukraine. If Trump don't like you, he tell you right away.
that's what
But
I'm saying.
to stay right there in public and make that kind of joke,
And
you know,
among all the other
among
five.
all the people, he like the old man.
So
That's
yeah,
why I said people should use their opportunity to talk to Lindsey Graham, to talk to all those big Republican
definitely.
representatives, and if they make the connection, if President Trump and President Baka meet again for at least 30 minutes, President Baka will take a wheelbarrow load of money back home. Let me hear from you.
So yeah, so America knows that they need Liberia in one regard, even though they don't need us, but they need us. In mostly from my position is the security aspect.
Right.
I know with all these people talking about money and thing, you firstly got to know what is America major import and export to know what America need.
Right.
America major import and export is crude oil, is oil.
Mm,
So we don't really have what America needs. The only thing is that maybe the companies from America, that go outside of America to hustle and make money to bring to America, fine. But what do America really need from Liberia? America need that partnership that they can and that they can go in and out of Liberia and help to monitor all the points around the world security wise. So that is one of the major things. And the puppet did something very, very impressive. And I think Trump got the hint wherein before he left to sign that deal and the American embassy highlighting it to the public shows that President Boakai was already prepared for Trump.
mm-hmm.
And that is why Trump single him out of the group. He singled him out. If there's a picture that I just saw on Facebook, the same sign Trump is showing, the Tom sign. The same sign is the same sign JMB is showing. The two of them took picture together is on Facebook. They're
Mm,
showing the same sign like
mm,
this.
mm,
So that means JMB is the mean man single out among the folk among his peers that was
mm.
selected for the trip, which is a good positive sign for Liberia. You
But
know,
let me come and let Babu Divacola a little bit here on the one. Yeah. I thought, and I will blame the folks around the president as well. When the president made that statement about U.S. coming to Liberia to do survey, mineral resources, natural resource survey, it's a good thing. But two things I want to take out of it. Number one, I think but this is the thing that people who the handler didn't do a good job because if you want to make that kind of request, you bring the history with it. Back in the 50s and early 60s, the USGS were in Liberia. That's when Crucial Water. If you go and do that research right now, and if you want to, oh, I'm setting in tonight for Mr. So, my people. So, you always something. Let me call it name right now before you can't say what kind of you want to hear tonight. But so anyhow, so but since that time, since 1970 something, when they made the last USGM map in Liberia, they never touched the place again. Now that's one thing. Now the point is, if you're going to invite the United States, you put some sort of a historical context on that. To say you guys help us to identify what we enjoy today. But we believe there are more. Can
but
you?
Leroy, those people know already. The papa only have 2 minutes to speak. He ain't here to can't talk
Yeah, but there
long
are,
money photo
but
story.
the other one you thought that one there that nyama nyama. The other one you talking
Oh,
that nyama nyama. You were supposed to put that context together. Number one. Second, if you want those kinds of stuff and you want to build capacity, you ask the government, can you help us for our young people to come here? And Trump would have said no anyway because he said your people can they don't want to go back.
you hear the man presenting. All right. You don't want to say those things, Leroy. You don't want to mess around people coming to America, this, that. You're looking for opportunity for your people. That way you can here. You can't say, oh, we want for you to bring people here. They may already putting student visa on hold. They may planning to stop the diversity visa in other countries. Then you come and talk about they may want people in your country. That's the first thing. So, but he trying to create the avenue for you to be able to for you to be in trade, so you can have a trade deal to help your country. You help me, I help you. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. America's interest could become Liberia benefit, like what we said the last time, and that's what it is. You know,
Listen to Terry. Listen to the guy here. Listen to CEO. You told me, liberal, you were disappointed with your president this afternoon, and now, and you're talking different things now tonight. I have the
do
full
you have the
recording.
recording?
Yeah. Bring the recording. Bring the recording. That liquor talk. You know how many pounds I had before I was talking to you? Now my eye clear now. Now I'm talking real talk now. My eye clear. You know how many pounds I had before I come to you? Liquor talk. Let's hear from you. Let's from you.
uh,
They're ready to give for you tonight again. Terry, Terry, Terry Collins is on again. I think by the time we're done with it, you myself will be famous before President Boakai leave office. I'm telling you.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
man. But let me ask you, what do you make of the debate tonight?
well, I think Martin Colley is strong for Ase though. I don't even want to even discuss it because the thing is that the Wanto picking were better than Isaac. Way better than Isaac. I learned a lot from that picking than I did from Isaac tonight.
No, but I say keen to talk to the Liberian people who don't speak good English.
But he
Martin Collins keen to intellectualize the debate. That was
but
not I say
but
in. That was not I say in.
never the debate was not about the people. The debate had there was a topic under discussion. And
You missed the thing, yo. You
I
missed
said
it. I
no,
said Joe keen to establish 2029.
okay, he came to establish
Yeah.
2029, right? But what happened is that he lost the debate. He flunked massively because a debate of that you already a panel on the show. You're now an orator. You didn't come to explain to all about Georgia leadership and the things that are United
But
Party.
that's why he
First of
said.
all,
That's why he said from the beginning that
but
I'm
he
not here
diverted
for
because
anything else except to tell you what good
labor,
my political party did.
but
That's what he
labor,
said.
the Martin Colley that the man you debating with, then as they were debating himself. Then you need to pay for airtime. Let Central Waterspoon give you a show. So your one can be there telling the Liberian people how United Party people lie on you.
But
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 this
but
is
this
a
was a good
debate.
Terry. You have to understand this was a good opportunity. Hand it over. You think I said do and the CDC people they ain't discuss it before you came on air. They knew exactly this was the opportunity.
But he flunked. Labor, he
Eh?
flunked. He
No,
flunked.
intellectually, in terms of the intellectual substance that Martin Collins was trying to lay out, it was not for your everyday Liberian people. It was for both people. What's his name? What's his name? Doe.
As it,
I said Doe King. His thing is forget about the boat people. They will do their own. I'm talking to the man water and the people down water side.
but his
And that's
message did not
exactly what he did.
resonate. His message did not resonate because, first of all, in a debate, you have to be clear and you have to be able to your message have to be able to resonate with your audience. That is why you have to be very clear. He was not clear. He jumped
Let
from
me
one place
let
to
me
the other.
let me bring in Mose here.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
He
finish up.
kept jumping, he kept leaving the debate, talking complete different thing.
Um,
That up to now I still can't get what he was saying.
I
Because
just told you.
most of the thing he said he veered off. So even if he was targeting a certain audience, if he were even targeting a certain audience, can his audience tell us what he said?
He just told you that United Party lied to the Liberian people. United Party is not able to govern. That
Or
all he was
so
stretching to
that
that. He
what he
said
said
that
for
over
two
and
hours
over.
later.
Yes, that
So
all he was
all the
saying
thing,
over.
so all the questions that were posted to him,
He has
that
no
all he was
interest.
saying.
He has no
So
interest in the other
so the
question.
Liberian people never heard him say that before on Spoon Talk.
But this is a great opportunity.
What
For people,
opportunity?
people were 9 point something thousand, 9 point something thousand
But
were
they have
listening.
gotten more number than that.
Yeah, I
They
know
have
that, but
gotten
the
more number
point,
than that. As they don't have said
I
way more.
understand what you're saying. Let's split this there. The debate, the debate. Martin Collins came to intellectualize that. He did a good job about it. What's his name? I said Doe came to liberalize that, and he did a good job at it as well.
No, no,
I said Doe
I
didn't come to
disagree with that.
debate on an
He
intellectual
performed
level.
poorly tonight. He performed very poor. Anywhere you go with that thing to go, ask anybody, they will tell you, say, as do perform poorly.
No,
You
but
know, there's a
well,
reason. There's a
that's their
reason
opinion.
why. Especially for his caliber. For his caliber,
That's
he
the point
performed
I'm
poorly.
making. That's
You
the
see,
point I'm making to you.
you,
He
you,
didn't come in. I said, well, this is what he did. He came and introduced himself. How many degree he had, where he went to school, how smart he is. But he said not about that. My aim here today is to tell you what my government and my party have done in the past. Some of the things the people lied on us. I'm
but
here
he
to
did not
discuss.
present any information.
But
He
what
did
other
not. They
even
asked him, what was the number? He formed on the number concerning how much money Georgia gave to the university, to the school system, as compared to JMB. He FOMO. Martin
it
Cotton
was
had
not
to
an
come and
interest.
correct him.
That's exactly my point. You're making my point. He didn't even go deep on that. What did he do? He said we brought in free education. Liberian down Wallace, I can understand that. And
Oh,
Martin Collins said yes, but that free education from the intellectual level, that free education was costing Liberian more money because you didn't even discuss it properly and you didn't do a good. I said, Joe didn't care about that. We did it.
so
So
listen to how Labour is speaking, and he's still convinced that Azedo did a good job.
all right, let me bring in. Moses, we're not talking about a debate. We're just what's on your mind. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind?
How you all doing? I know
Yeah,
that.
man. How you doing, Mr. Sigby?
Okay. Um, Thanks to our listening audience out there for being persistent and listening to us. What's on my mind is the recent trip of the president to meet with the president of the United States, and
Okay, let's hear that.
I think that warrants some kind of uh, commentary in
And
the,
that's exactly what we're doing here tonight, Moses.
and we hope that we can begin to look at how it can affect our country positively and go.
Okay. Oh, let me hold you right there, Mr. Robert example. If you're listening, you're able to join us because I want you to talk to me, Robert example. How is this visit going to benefit the Liberian poor? Moses is going to talk to us from the security side here. But let's get finish your point. I'm just sending my message out there. Finish
Uh,
your point. Finish.
so I think we need to start the discourse on how we think this conversation can benefit us. And listening to that brief coverage today, there's so many things that we don't know of. But okay, but also we can begin to have this conversation to direct ongoing conversation on it. Has to be,
Okay.
and when the country people say, now the country, but there's a saying, I hate to go that route. The people saying when the iron is hot, you got to beat it to mold it.
And our country people, Congo people can say that one. Our country people can say it. Don't be afraid.
There for country Congo business because
Uh-huh.
that two things kind of.
But and Donald Trump said a man can speak good English from Lofakate.
You see, Tabitha, listen, my man. That I hear for how objectively we got to start thinking about Liberia and not country of Congo. And
Okay.
I'm trying to erase that out of my mind. I don't even
Okay.
want country Congo.
We're on LPR
Yeah.
where everything is talked about.
Now the other thing, and I think I hope that that's the conversation we can have tonight. But
Yeah.
let me let you guys know when I came in, I heard you guys talking about that debate. I don't think from some of my sources that I talked to, based on some of the conversation that went on today, I don't know what we define a debate to be. when you're having a debate with someone, you need to have a score sheet, and you give them either the same questions so that you can see the responses of those participating in the debate. So the person who is giving the question has to be well versed of what his expectations are when and,
that spoon way of organizing a debate. We can't do morning quarterback. Let's
no, but
just go
that
straight to the issue.
you want to analyze the debate, then you don't want to do qualify.
No,
How
no, you don't want to do
as my
how Spoon organize their debate.
okay,
Whoever they put on that one
wait,
that in the
wait
that
a
we're
minute.
feeling with it.
Let me say this.
Okay.
How do you analyze who did well at the debate when you don't know
Okay.
what
If you
what
don't, then you just say I pass. I pass. We'll move on. Just
what
say
the,
you pass. But
then
for
what
you, what I'm trying for you to understand on a very serious note, Spoon organized the debate. They started debate. Now, perhaps if you were doing that, you won't call it a debate. And if you were doing that, you would do X, Y, and Z. But that's besides that. Spoon has his own way of doing what they call debate. For us to come here now and say, well, I'm going to analyze, but I wish they have done X, Y, and Z, then that's not doing it straight. But let's just leave it as it is. And if you're going to touch it, you touch it as it is. You go buy used car.
you
You
see
buy
and
used, and I'm gonna say about used car. I'm the used car father. So if you
that,
go buy used car,
that
they write on it as it is. You don't say I want that used car, but they want a sport. That one. No, no, no. That's not how you do it.
you see, but if you give me a chance to talk,
Go
then
ahead.
you understand what I'm going with my conversation, other than jumping in the middle and already preempting what I'm going to say to respond to what I'm going to say. I'm only responding to your conversation when I came out.
Yeah.
You and Terry's conversation, your own debate over who did what, who said what, was what I was responding to. I
Okay.
had to respond. That's why when I got the call, I said I'm not going there to listen to it.
Oh. Okay.
Because your country that you have today, you have leadership. The people have presidential and legislative elections without debate.
Yeah.
Debate is the process for which you test the minds of the people running for office to see who's the best. And
Yeah.
you have presidential election, you have debate, then you can't have debate after.
Yeah, but Mose,
So
Mose, they
no,
see
no,
when
no.
you do that, then I
That's
gotta
a
push back.
rhetorical.
I gotta push back.
It doesn't violate. It's not.
No, no,
There's
no,
no
no. I gotta push. I gotta
again.
push back because audience are listening to you.
Yes.
When Spoon organize, even though they don't have no debate, presidential debate and what have you in Liberia, but if Trump, I mean, if the Spoon Network say we want a debate, or they're gonna have an organize, and the interesting thing is those are young people, so I think we need to give it up to them. For me, I don't see anything here for me to criticize on it. I
I'm
enjoy it.
not saying this.
I appreciate it, and I hope they will do more. And we ourselves gonna try to engage that.
You
Let me
see,
go. Let me go on. Yeah, go
you're
ahead.
not criticizing nobody. I'm not criticizing anyone. I'm responding to you and Terry's conversation.
Okay. All right. Point well taken. All right. Terry, let's come back to let's go back to today's issue since Moses is here now. Let's go back to this president visit, and perhaps Moses can contribute to that if you care to. The question here, on a very serious note, the president met with President Trump and the rest of the African leader along with him. But many Liberians are debating the comment from Trump. For me, it doesn't matter. The way I see it is that if Trump would make that kind of comment about you, that means he likes you. That's my own take on that. But the thing is, the president makes a serious request. What do you think those requests gonna be? You think those requests gonna be honored by Trump, or you think it's just one of those that the president make and most likely just stay like that? And again, folks, I'm sitting in for Mr. Soul tonight, who is on assignment. Go ahead, Terry.
Well, I don't know if I can predict, but this we have to wait and see. We still have this on the docket, the restriction for visa restriction. President Trump made that statement today in a meeting about people coming to America to his country and don't want to go back. So sometimes when when presidents from Africa or other nations come to Trump and they go back, we see some things can happen, even though they can praise you, they can celebrate you, but it does not stop them from taking action against you on certain things. So I don't really know whether if that was discussed in regards to removing us from on the visa restriction list, and I doubt it. But those will be some of the things that we have to watch out for after this meeting when President Boakai return in the next 2 to 3 weeks. What kind of action Trump will take on Liberia? In firstly, removing our name from the visa restriction list, and also restoring trade, like what Trump said. And I believe Trump is a man of his word, and that he stands with these people. And I hope I'm hopeful that fruitful results will come out of it. But all we can do is to be hopeful that they respond. But President Boca got to do follow up. He cannot just sit down and say, "Oh, Trump has said it, and that is it." He has to be a president that moves. He has to be a president that now is going to be willing to fly, willing to follow up on some of the engagements, even if it will cause for him to send the VP most of the time. Do not leave it in the hands of the foreign minister to engage all the time. One of the things I used to admire about Madame Sally, she was never sitting there in the country. She didn't care what people would say about what and what. Liberia is a broke country. In order for you to get things off the ground, you got to run after it. Like right now, the way Trump approached Liberia today, I believe a lot of people in and around the world is trying to even figure out who is this Liberia? Where is Liberia? Because Trump is a controversial president. He putting on us all these tariffs. We need to start making friends with Liberia. Look at the way this man addressed Liberia. I think I was watching the thing at work. It was on the screen. Everybody was watching the thing. So people now start to take interest. Liberia is going to be on a global stage. People want to know what Liberia is all about. Just the conversation he having with Liberian president. So
Thank you.
the president now, need to take advantage of that and use it as a leverage to attract investment and investors to the country. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me go to Mose. Mose, I still argue that Trump's statement about President Barker's ability to express himself. Fatuma, thank you for joining us, madam. Thank you. Trump's statement about President Barker's ability to address issue and to speak effectively, I thought it was good. In that Trump, from me, I believe that Trump likes him. He really admires the father of the nation, the Republic of Liberia. And from there, he's making that statement. I believe Trump has realized that the father of the nation will make light of his comment. He's not going to take it as an insult. Number one. But the main question I want to ask you, Mose, and of course, the fact that you are in a security business, you're pretty much in the same way of diplomatically dealing with people. You think there's an open channel that the government of Liberia and U.S. probably, besides the embassy, that they already have, that will allow them to express themselves or even contact, how do you call it? Contact. What kind of picture behind you back there? So there's some kind of island or something
I
that you
almost
bought.
asking the same question.
Who,
Because
me?
I see Congo people
Huh?
horses them behind.
What kind of
Huh?
picture? What kind of picture behind that? I know that I know Lofa
The,
County,
you have it, the thing you're talking and the picture you go to now?
but the picture
I
told me
almost asking the
I
same
know that
question.
I'm Lofa County, and the way you over there in Dallas, well close to Washington, look like you want buy island. Now, what kind of island you living over? What kind of,
The picture that you see behind me is Liberia when the Broad Street was first built in the 1800s.
so
That's the
so those are zing round.
those are all houses. That Broad Street you're looking at there behind me, when it was
Wow.
first built, constructed, That's Broad Street. So I put that there to reflect how far we've come from the from the earliest
Send
Liberia.
us this picture. Send if you find it, send it in the chat room so we can analyze it real well. But go ahead and answer my question. You're
Sure,
on a
I'll say,
witness. You're on a witness stand.
well, the visit. I am, we talked about some of these things, and for me, um, looking at Mr. Trump and being, having a little bit of experience in politics in this country, Trump is a man of few words. He doesn't talk much. He will not go into those deep talking and try to analyze things. He just speaks what comes to mind. He's spontaneous, and that's what he exhibited today. And he thought he wanted to make some points by counting out, but really because there were a lot of leaders that came to Trump and their English was kind of not okay. And he wanted to commend the president of Liberia. But I think the people around Trump did not do him justice. They did not prepare him for this meeting. I suspect, that's my opinion. Because if they had prepared him for this meeting, he was going to know that historically, the relationship between Liberia and America, the education system, and all of those things would have been, said to him, and he would have knew that where this man is coming from is an English-speaking place. And I think that was what took to Facebook. I looked at this conversation as the beginning of something that could be better for Liberia, that may not even be delivered. Because what the discussion said, the biggest headline on CNN and other places, Trump discusses economic investment with African leaders at the White House. That's the headline I'm looking to focus on. Economic development has to be inclusive of national security. And I think Boakai touched on that a little bit. The president touched on that a little bit. So when we talk about economic development, the focus was on the mineral resources that these countries possess. And I think Trump wants to go there because of what he suspects is there. And President Boakai said to him that we want to do a census of all the minerals in Liberia. And I think they started to do that before with the Chinese, and they're just bringing this thing and making it a part of the U.S. and whatnot. Because U.S. knows that the rubber company, the rubber plantation, was in the interest of the U.S., so they came and invested in that. Bethlehem Steel was there years ago, centuries ago, because of the iron ore. Bethlehem Steel, right out for New Bedford, Massachusetts. Some of these things they need to brief Trump on so he can understand the lifelong relationship. Now, if he wants to renew this, as in the past, we know that the American government, because of the president's usage and all of that being there, planted in there, play a strategic security role for World War II, the Cold War. These are interests that needs to be talked about at the table. We don't know what the closed door conversations were, but what I can say from what one person asked in the media over there, say it was good to bring the African country, and I think the focus was designed to promote Trump because she specifically asked if those African leaders would be able or they would elect to suggest a Nobel Peace Prize for Trump. And Trump loved that. He responded, oh, that would be a good thing. That would be a good thing. You see, he gravitated to those things because Netanyahu did the same thing yesterday when he met with Netanyahu, who said he's going to nominate him. That's the red one, nominate him. And the journalist asked the question if the African leaders would nominate him for Nobel Peace Prize. I think it was the guy from Senegal or one of the French-speaking countries who said, I don't know how the process works, but if he's promoting peace in the world, then he should be nominated. and it should left for the people to decide whether he deserves it or not. And they totally, and they didn't talk about all the other things for the trade. What the Reverend talked about, talking about trade agreement. Liberia has no trade thing with America. We don't import anything to this place to say that they can put trade restriction on us or elevate the thing and all that stuff like that. So my thing is that this thing to talk about economic development and looking at the resources, the mineral resources in these four countries, should have a focus on security, because without security, none of those things can happen. I think there should
Thank
be a
you.
focus on Africa.
Thank you. Let me come back to you, Terry. But before that, let me say this, Mose. Trump, from all indication, Trump does not listen to any advice or anybody. You think Trump will sit down there for people to come and say, "Oh, this is the history of Liberia." You're not even read it. You're not even look at it. Trump go by what Trump think and what Trump see. That's it. He see it now. He talk him. We move on. So he doesn't. He's not somebody that will say, "Can't educate me about West Africa." What Trump is doing here is to redeem himself. When he was the first time when he became president, he used the A war on Africa. So now he's trying now to say, okay, these people, perhaps we can do business. But one of
Uh,
the interesting things that I want people to take out of this here as well, during the Civil War, one of the guy in this place, in this country, that were pushing for Charles Taylor to stay in Liberia was Pat Robertson, because he
uh,
wanted some diamond deal. And when I call it, when Washington Post started going after Charles Taylor and the diamond and the Al Qaeda and stuff like that, he was pushing against that very strongly. But when Al Qaeda did what they did with New York and what have you, he has no more standing, because he was close ally of George Bush and the Bush family. And so he was strongly, and there are video for that, strongly defending Charles Taylor here in this country until Al Qaeda they were, and then when Washington Post story how they were connecting Charles Taylor with selling diamond to Al Qaeda coming to Sierra Leone, staying in Monrovia, and all those members of Al Qaeda coming to Sierra Leone, staying in Monrovia, and how Charles Taylor have a diamond in a mayonnaise jar and stuff, all those kinds of stuff. They couldn't do anything but to get him out. So and Trump is a business person. So most likely, what can I get out of it? So I think the fact that I feel that he likes President Boakai, I think these people need to actually have another step at it and see if he can have a one-on-one with Trump before he goes to Texas. Let me come to you, Terry. Tonight, no question. Just give me some tabata that I want from you,
Well,
and good tabata too.
Tabata is never good.
That,
So
but when you and start talking tabata, it's good. When the
rescue,
other people
rescue.
huh?
Yeah. So you want to keep us out of your tabata? Rescue one, rescue two. All right.
our Tabata can attract cattle and breakable.
I
That
know.
the many.
Go ahead, Terry. Go ahead.
But
Let's hear from you.
so I'm looking at the e-mansion here, and the closed door meeting was adjourned, and they were discussing regional security and preventing extremism, and all the kind of things. So, yeah, they're talking about creating jobs and things that I think that is something that the president, will have to be doing. You have to be thinking on doing. But all in all, the optics look good. The optics is good for us. But what are we going to do with the optics? What are we going to do? Now, I also want to appreciate those who prepped the president to meet Trump, give him the ability to say what is needed and the kind of language that was required, to put him in a position for Trump to praise him and recognize him worldwide, because it's a big thing for the most controversial president in the world, who happened to be world superpower. to pick you up like that is a good thing. And my own concern is how we turn this into liquidity, how we transfer it into something beneficial for our people. That's my whole attention tonight, because uh, American interest is basically more about the ability to preserve in that region and secure what the security intel. And maybe Mr. Sigwe can help me on that, because I think that is all. America need Liberia to be able to secure all her secrets that she have, you know, that she have spread in the region, in the African setting using Liberia over the years. And I think they want to maintain that relationship to make sure that they have grip in Africa, in most of the African countries, in one way or the other, especially African countries that have the interest and have the back. But that is what so far I can see. My only anticipation will be that President Boakai do not waste this opportunity, that he follow up on it and he turn it into benefits. He turn it into results. Yeah, that is all.
Thank you. Moses, let me come back to you again, and I'll be bouncing it between both of you here tonight. And let me come back to you again. With this visit here, uh, what do you expect if you were advising President Bakai? What would be some of the things that you would ask the president to actually have an expectation of?
Well, there's a whole lot.
Yeah,
Leonard.
just give me a few of them.
There's a whole
Major
lot.
one. Major
Number
one.
one, number one is that I think, uh, you know, the whole idea of going to the e-mansion website to see what is written on there, it's good. It's good. But it would not give you more open. It would not.
I got to put this out. I got to put this one out, my people.
Who is that?
Should not change from terror to on you.
Oh,
Yeah,
therefore,
the
after
man.
I preached the Bible, how you understand that?
Was it? I mean,
Would depend on you, you would take her out to.
Mr. Sigby.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Moses.
When Moses came from the mountain, he broke the 10 commandments and told to write your own commandment, right? I don't want to go there. Yeah, God will not make you fly again. Please, I stay away from the Bible. I don't think
Go ahead.
Moses will become name. But anyway, on a serious note, like the liberal always say, I think one of the things that was mentioned in the conversation with Trump, and I think when he got into office and just stopped the aid from going around the world, he didn't know how devastating that was going to be when they talk about the interests of security, the national interests that were being created. The aid in these countries was not just given to the people for their own benefit, but it was trying to help secure these countries from going into deep poverty where people will start responding in a way that they respond to other things. And if the country, if the world is messed up and America being the superpower, it will affect America directly and indirectly. So I think one of the conversations that's being held now with Trump, and I think he mentioned it, is the aid, the cutting of the aid. USAID issue. And I think that's something that his administration now will follow. Let also understand that every American presidency creates their policy on Africa. Yes, the other policy is there from the previous administration, but they still create their own policy towards Africa and other nations. And so these are things that we need to look at in following through with what's happening. And I agree with Terry that this is an opportunity for us to make some hairwaves and then reestablish, if not Because I can tell you one thing: since Ellen Johnson Sirleaf left office, I think in the modern day she was the only one that was invited by the president here. We was never invited until he came to white football game with Biden, and he came and went and visited the CIA headquarters. That was not a good time for him to come to sit down and have bilateral conversation. Chancellor and president for years, he never came to the state, to the United
He
States.
couldn't have.
He couldn't. We had never came. Boakai being invited with other African leaders, I think it's a big step for Liberia to renew or reinvigorate that relationship. But we have to be careful of what the agenda is. And we have to make our agenda in our case. So the people around the president, His Excellency, need to go back and start making some research and preparing the old man to make a huge, huge presentation with his next visit.
Next
Okay?
visit, how you know they're gonna
Well,
say next
if
you must
it's
come back next time.
he can request a visit here, or he can invite the president. And so those are things that presidents do. Because I can tell you, when Ellen came here and spoke to the jump section, I don't want to put chip on my shoulder, but I was there. And one of the person who stood up every time Ellen spoke, and when she talked about forgiving the debts of Liberia, was Barack Obama, because he was a junior senator at the time. Barack Obama administration had high regards for Liberia. But when they got there, everything dwindled after they started to do some research. And what her name? Susan Rice went to Liberia unexpectedly, came back and wrote a report. The report was public report. And Barack Obama went and only made a call to Ellen from Ghana. His stop, and I suspected that he was going to go to Liberia. Liberia is where he wanted to go, because remember that time, it was the first ever elected female leader on the continent of Africa, and it was a pride for the entire continent. And President Obama really wanted to go there for that trip, but because of the situation, security-wise, that trip did not happen. So this is an invitation. This is an opportunity for the country to step up to the highest level and then make some serious appeal. When we talk about serious appeal, we want to talk about security, how the security affects the country and the region and the world as a whole, the role Liberia played in the past, okay? Side by side with the United States, these are things that need to be resurfaced so that we can look at the direction forward.
Thank you. Let me come to you, Terry. Thank you, Mose. Thank you very much. Let me come to you, Terry. We're still on the same topic about the president visit. The president asked the U.S. To see if they can come out and survey for their how do you call it, for their natural resources and what have you. The question that I want you to help me with here, please. Mose, we're going to mute you a little bit, but you can go ahead and have your conversation in the back. When you're ready, just throw your thumb up and we'll bring you back on. Okay. So Terry, the question for me is this. Who inviting the man here? Jesus. Oh boy. Conversation after
The
the
CEO sent a man instead at a show, so he came to take over the show.
Jesus.
He came
But
to keep
anyway.
people all out of the show.
Yeah, they were not tonight, not tonight. But let me ask you this, Terry. So once though, let's suppose Donald Trump agreed and accepted the request, and once though Minister of Resources are identified, what do you think the president of the give me speculate, please help me out. What do you think the president would do then after those after the resources identified. What the president would do then?
Who now? Johnny Trump?
No, no, President Boakai. Once Donald Trump said, okay, I'll send people there, they send the people there, they identify the natural resources and things like that. Is the president going to now say, okay, thank you, we want an investor from your country, or are they going to go back to China to get investor from there?
Liberal, you brave. Oh. America, I think Mr. Sigma is bad. America, America is in business with you. Then you still doing business with China.
But my next question, tonight, part you must say we on it. My next question coming to
But
you. Go ahead.
but the whole China thing coming down. That whole thing what Jeremiah come on with China, Benin, all those kind of tabata. It,
Why you going in my question? Why you going way ahead of me like that? They begin bad.
I'll bring some.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so a whole tabata got to come to an end because, like we say here, America foreign security policy is at risk here. Intel, intelligence. This is what the countries are fighting over. And you know, America, in as much as China is a major investment trade, blah blah blah, they're all fighting over Intel. So China poses a threat. China poses a threat to American security in Africa. And the only trusted ally that America can depend on is Liberia. So if Liberia get lost to China, it exposes America's security intel. And America don't want their security intel to be floating all on the market. So definitely, Trump is doing it. Trump is moving with us with security advisors. They advising him as regarding the strategic position of Liberia. So in my view, President Burger got to take advantage of this. He can't continue to ride with Chinese people. You got to cut them loose.
Thank you.
You got to begin to govern yourself if you want for America to be your friend. That what Trump is not saying anything. He just say what he had to say. Put you on the pedestal. It's up to you. It's up
Thank
to
you.
you.
So now when I come out here to make some ridiculous statement, they are not always ridiculous. The statement I made today that President Boakai is likable and Trump really likes President Boakai. This is exactly what Trump has done. Trump has flattered President Boakai, and President Boakai and his people are going to say, among all the people he pick on you, oh man, the man like you. Oh. President Boakai going to go to back to Liberia. And he said, what? China? Yellow machine? No, I'm going to John Deere. I'm going to get John Deere. You know, no, but I'm very serious. No, Terry, that's the point that I was making. That I think, and I said it here 2 nights ago, that President Baka is going to have to be very careful because this is not the time of the Cold War where you could vacillate between the two. This one is very serious. Trump and the American don't want Chinese to take over West Africa at all. And so President Boakai, he knows the history of this of Liberia, between Liberia, the history of Liberia and America. And President Boakai is very, very much involved in, I mean, knows these things here. So I don't think he's gonna put himself, align himself with people who might not have the interest of the United States. Let me bring Walter Carter in. Walter Carter, before I bring you in. Whatever you must have discussed today, that liquor talk, I had so much palm wine out in my office, and I was talking about that. So don't come and now say you're not going to turn my tape over to so to come threaten the boat chair. It's not going to work. That tabata, that liquor talk. Let's hear from you. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. Let's hear from you.
Thank you so much. I would like to say hi to the panelists here, Mr. Terry, the political Remy, and security analyst, Mr. Moses. So good. So Just for disclaimer, we ain't talk anything today. We had no discussion. I don't remember we talking. I don't know
I
nothing
like
Thank
about
you.
what you
you
saying.
got you got 5 more minutes. You got 5 more minutes to talk all the way you want to. I like that.
Okay. So that
Don't finish now.
so that disclaimer, I finished making my disclaimer.
I know.
Yeah. No, on a serious note, I think it was a good thing for Liberia that the president attended that summit with the American president and other African leaders and were present. Um, we cannot speculate. We can be hopeful of something positive coming out of the meeting because we don't know the details. We heard a request made by our president to our president, you know what I mean? Both countries with dual citizenship, So President of Liberia made a request to Donald Trump. And we heard President Trump also, talking about America interest in West Africa, the security and all the different things. And so with the two countries, with the length of friendship, a relationship between Liberia and America, we see what's going to happen in the coming days, the coming weeks, the coming months. We're going to see what's going to happen. But, when I listen to Terry and you, the Liberal, analyzing that, um, because President Boakai, maybe the I look at that comment to be a little bit denigrating for Africans, for Liberians. We are English speaking country. No matter where we come from, we are educated people. For him to just signal that how where you learn your education from, where you went to school, and he put the president in a spot that was very uncomfortable because if you listen to President Buck, calling Trump sir and all that, it was like for me, no. I think Trump went below the belt to even put out there that the president spoke good English, like patronizing him. I think that was below the belt. But anyway, we'll take it with a grain of salt because Trump is who Trump is. He says anything at any time. You cannot, like Mr. Sig is a very, very unpredictable. He's spontaneous in the way he speaks and all that. So we'll take it with a grain of salt. But speaking to what you and Terry analyzed, about the speech or speculating that the Chinese, because of what the president engagement with Trump, is like the Chinese is off. No, don't forget, we got a multi-million-dollar breach that's is in progress. We know what happened under President Weah. When President Weah did not go the Chinese way, the project was stalled. It took Boakai to come and commit himself to them. And if you guys saying, yeah, and I wish that's not what the president said in our interpretation of anything. If you guys saying, yeah, that Trump now is gonna look American way and turn his back on China for the many things China is doing in Liberia, well, I don't know how it's gonna work for us because America has never in our history come on the ground to do any construction for us or even give us money to do big constructions in our country. America has an interest, and her interest is always security, and her interest is always her citizen interests. So maybe what Trump is saying is to promote American businesses to go to Liberia, maybe HBS, who knows? There's so many things in Liberia that we need to explore to help the country. Maybe that he's looking at. For to say that we're gonna abandon other people who want to help us because Trump said a slick talk to Boakai and then President Boakai, and then we will say China will go. I think that's the wrong step. Because just imagine we were praising China here recently and Boakai stepped towards China for building coming back to construct the old bridge, the overhead bridge that runs from the ministerial complex all the way on the other side of the town. And now we're saying we're gonna abandon everything now because no, no, no. I don't think that's a good analysis. I think we can deal with leaders around the world independently. And we are a sovereign nation. Our interests too should be Liberian interests. No, seriously, we are a sovereign nation. We are not gonna. Yeah, let understand this thing. China can help us in ways that America cannot. America can help us in ways that China cannot, but we can still maintain a mutual respect among nations. And we respect America, we respect China, as long as they are not exploiting Liberia. They are doing the best for our country, for our people. I welcome it.
Thank you. I will encourage you to do Google or go on Facebook and look for Tubman, President Tubman video when he talked about the $10 million he used to build the executive mansion and the money he used to build the Capitol building and things like that. Where the money come from? He would tell you. Tubman would tell you that. But anyhow,
But
uh,
Libra, quickly, I was looking for Yega Koluba. I thought you were going to come.
Oh my
wait,
God! Why
wait,
you?
you got to
I
come
thought,
with
I thought you were going to come to the White House to say, no, Trump, do not.
Terribly serious, man.
who?
But Mr. To, that 10 million that you're talking about, I thought they said the mansion was a donation from Queen Elizabeth.
No,
I'm
the
just
money
I'm just curious.
he spent the money that was donated, and he paid the Israeli built that executive mansion. Go look at that video. Listen to that video.
I know the Israeli building executive mansion, but it was as a gift from the Queen
The
of England.
U.S. gave money. Go listen
Correct.
to him.
You muted Mr. Moses. You muted.
Yeah, yeah. But most I will
You
call
are
Moses on
correct.
it. That you know, I will call him on.
Then
Uh, uh,
he wanted to inject. That's all. He
yeah,
wanted to.
but when what's the
Can you
contract?
let the
No,
intellectual
but hold
security
on,
analyst say something?
Walter Carter, I'm setting in for Mr. So, but that does not
But
mean.
okay, so you know this is an independent show. We
Walter
have
Carter.
to
Good
look,
night, Walter Carter. Good
look,
night.
Libra. I will pull the liquor talk outside here.
You stay here for a few minutes.
He will do the disclaimer.
Okay. All right. Again, folks, if you're listening, Samson to sitting in for Mr. So tonight. But no, on a very serious note, Walter Carter, I know these things. I know these things. If you are not careful, they don't end well. The reason we have problem, go back and revisit Libya Bureau
Ah,
when the
don't
coup
start.
came.
Don't
Go back
start.
and revisit Libya Bureau and tell me where the training of the rebel comes from. These
Mhm.
things don't end well. So I'm just saying the president, and one of the good things I like about our president, he's very knowledgeable. He knows his history. So
Ah,
I'm just saying that we have to be very careful here. But there's no way you're gonna do business with China and do business with US and think say you're gonna be okay, especially a country like Liberia, where you have almost all of your citizens, 80% of your citizens abroad are living in the US. You're gonna have a problem. But anyhow, let me go to Moses. Moses, before I open the line here, let me come back to you. Talk to me as we start this conversation with China and the US. How are the security people actually preparing the president for this type of issue or whatever? If there's, in fact, is there any issue? If it is, how the national security people are trying to prepare themselves and to prepare the president for the upcoming conversation.
okay. The first thing here is that let me commend Whittle Carter for his narrative of his feeling, and I think he hit some key points there that I concord with. The other thing is that when you look at the makeup of the president's, he came with his national security advisor, Kofi Woods. He came with his director general for the cabinets and the foreign minister. It was strategic. The delegation was, I think, inclusive of about not more than 6 persons of high ranks. So I believe that those people came in to kind of listen and see what the intent was. But let me take it back a little bit on the security side. We know that Central Africa right now, with Burkina Faso, Niger, and those places, we know that Putin has some presence in those places. And the threat level is going up for the United States presence in Africa. You see, this is a strategic moment for us as Africa. And Trump did not go to any of those countries now that are created adversarial. How many times have we read that the American government has sent people to assassinate what the guy named Burkina Faso? Whether it's AI or whatever it is, those things are fluent now in the headlines on Facebook and all that stuff like that. So I believe that there's something here that is grooming for America's interest back in Africa. It would have been Trump calling just Liberia to come in, but he called the other countries, Senegal, Mauritania, and all those other places. 4 country leaders. That was strategic to do that. And I think he was advised the right way, but not prepared the right way. And hopefully, I think he should have, I hope that there's going to be individuals conversation with each of these leaders. Because one of the things the media asked him again, if you were invited to go to Africa, will you go? He said, I'll be willing to go. So if he said he's willing to go, people need to hold him for that. Let me come to what Walter Carter was talking about, that we need to be careful with the presence of China. Remember, and Liberal, you and myself were about the same time area when OAU meeting was being hosted.
So, but you say I'm only 35-year old. I
I
don't
know,
remember all the things.
but here what it is. Jesse Jackson went to Liberia to speak to Tobra, not to allow Haile Selassie, Gaddafi, Idi Amin, and all the radicals countries from going to Liberia for the OU conference. Toba refused and said these are sovereign nations. They're going to sit the conference. That's where the problem started. They built it right opposite, the opposite city hall, the Libyan People Bureau. It went up during Toba time because Toba came here and gave a speech about going to the east. That threatened the security of the U.S. We don't make it all, because these are some of the security. I'm just giving some history, a little background. So Walter Carter is on point to talk about we need to be careful about the Chinese being in Liberia right now and what they're doing. Even though they don't do things to the level, they always, what you call the thing, using what we call counterfeit. And they build things that are not sustainable over a long period of time. Even though those things are happening, but we got to be careful of their presence in Liberia. And we got to look at these things from the security perspective, what is happening in Liberia. So this conversation and this meeting is important.
Thank you. Thank you. Let
It's
me open the
important,
line.
and we need to look at it as, for us, Liberia, and the long
Thank,
history we have with the U.S., to rekindle that
thank,
relationship at the level that we can benefit and the United States can benefit.
thank you. Thank you. Again, folks, Samson to City in for Mr. So tonight. The line is open 916-533-2048. And to all of us sitting on here, anybody want, we can be making our comment. But when somebody call, we'll hold you. And please listen when we hold you and let the phone call comes through. All right. Let me come to you, Terry. Terry, is there any response to Mose, what he's saying?
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to respond to, right? Because Keta say, "Oh, I'm attending to China, blah blah blah," all of that. Or you remember Charles Taylor too? You forgot Charles Taylor what he said? That one
Okay,
of his greater mistakes.
hold on, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, please, bear with me. Samson, bro, probably, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, Mr. Two and all of panelists, how you doing? My name is Ambrose.
Yeah, thank you. Hold on, Amber. Let me merge this uh number up. Hold on. Okay, Ambrose, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that long, and I'm not trying to criticize, but I think the meeting was the president spoke well, but I just have a problem when he, I believe Donald Trump approached to him like somebody said. Donald Trump was Donald Trump listened to nobody.
Hold on, Ambrose. Another person calling me merge. Folks, I think tonight I can only merge 3 or 4. That's it. Go ahead, Ambrose. Yeah, go ahead so I can bring
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Donald Trump listened to nobody, so maybe even if he was advised or he was coached or giving him brief history about Liberia, he never listened to it. He said what he wanted to say. But I think his comment, you can look at it different way. It come on, someone that being arrogant and patronizing the president for speaking English. I don't think that's not a compliment. But so say anyway, and the president too saying sorry to Donald Trump. That's why Donald Trump may be powerful in Liberia or America is powerful in Liberia, but he shouldn't reduce himself. Somebody telling you, say, what you spoke, what you learned English from, sir, agreeing with him. You're almost like a colleague. So why are you sorry? Why are you getting him soft for? But I don't know if that's a diplomat way of speaking to each other when you subdue yourself to the point that because you're from a small country. But and the other thing I wanted to talk about mountain and passive debate. I don't know how far you're going with that, but I think both of them did extremely well. But I think Martin too was deviated for his own point stand that he took before because he called himself rescue rebel. I don't know, Rambo or rescue Rambo, whatever that was his name during the campaigns. And he was trying to run away from that thing, which I found out a little bit confusing where you were supporter of a party to win election and how to defend it and you may want to be an activist. Well, thank you for everything you're discussing, and I think the topic is on point. I'll stop right there.
Ambrose, before you leave, I elect President Boakai. He's a good president, isn't he?
No, I don't have to support.
Good night, Ambrose. Good night.
Don't get me straight. I do not hate Joseph Boakai. I just not want him to be president for Liberia at the age.
Okay, all right.
I don't have anything personal against him. Okay. I just felt Liberia presidency, it was not what Liberia is. Liberia needs somebody more energetic and more active. I'm not saying he's not a good person, but I just felt
thank you.
Age wise, it was not the appropriate, but I like against him.
Thank you, Ambrose. But thank you as usual. You're always making us. I'm just making fun of it. But you go ahead and drop yourself on. Let me bring you Aaron. Aaron, go ahead. Good evening,
Mr. Tool. How you doing this evening, sir?
Yeah, my man. About not passing, my man. Have on sympathy, man.
Yeah,
that was very bad. Yeah, but the only thing is, even though I feel bad. But to have good player with how can they always getting good player to play for IE? Like what kind of business is this? IE they're not good team. They just got good player now, but they're not good
just
team.
stay on your political
No,
show.
no,
Don't
no.
talk
I'm
about
not staying on
football.
my political. The
You
IE man
know,
talking
yes.
about.
Don't talk about IE being there. We IE boy here. Let me talk about.
Oh, IE recruitment you got busy.
You know all the beautiful player, but we see him play football one day.
Go ahead, my
Yeah,
brother.
so Mr. Do, good evening, Mr. Do. Good
Thank
evening
you.
to all your panelists. Yeah, so Mr. Do, so let me just say something, this evening, right? We happy for the president, to visit the warehouse. But so the few things that we need to educate our people about. The presidency, the United States president, before he meets anybody, any diplomat, is briefed thoroughly about that entire country, up to the language that is speak in that country, the main language. So for Unity Party people to be running around saying that, oh, we our president score political plan, President Trump elect our president, stuff like that. I mean, I can read between the lines of why President Trump asked those questions, but I felt with him, I said it was denigrating. So look at your peer and ask your peer where you went to school and all that stuff. I think it was denigrating for our president, and our president there too was buying down. Like I mean, he's not a president of a sovereign nation. Okay, we agree that United States, is the greatest country in the world, but I mean, you can say yes, sir, or yes, Mr. President, instead of saying yes, sir. Okay, because he will refer to you the same way, and that Donald Trump referred to him, Mr. President, when you went to school, and he kept saying yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So I felt like that's my own opinion. You can disagree with me all you want. I felt it was denigrating to our president, for him to be saying yes or yes or to somebody else, and I felt like for Donald Trump to even ask that question, it was denigrating as well, because Donald Trump knew he was briefed about the standard language in Liberia. This is Donald Trump's second term in office. It's not that Donald Trump never heard about the country of Liberia before. So, that's what I wanted to say. And the next thing, so Isaac Doe and Martin Colley debate. I watched the debate today, right? A little bit. But, Martin Colley, one time I came on your show, and I called on the show and I told you that, the so-called educated people, they are the ones who spoiling Liberia. Because
hold on. Let me merge this caller, please. Hold on. Go ahead, Aaron. So we got other people there, but go ahead, wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm about to close. Real quick. They pretend like they know so much, but sometimes when it comes to the discourse, they just be flip-flopping. Martin Colley, who's talking about President Boakai fighting corruption in the past government. Martin Colley even quit his job, okay, that he was appointed to because of corruption. They didn't even start work yet. They were corrupt nature at that particular entity. He the one was sitting on school talking about trying to praise President Boakai. I think maybe he needs some tuition in Holland, so he needs people to send money to him. That's the reason why he's flip-flopping like that. That's all I got to say about the conversation. I said though really school him today. I enjoy Though very well. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let me go on. We got two more. Hold on. Let me merge the other color guys and I'll come to Aaron Brothers. You can just drop yourself out so that we'll have space. Okay. We have the Deja. You're next. That's DAYOUGAR. Go ahead.
It's the Yuga.
The Yuga. Okay, Chief. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank
How
you.
you doing?
Not bad. Thank you.
Thank you for the show. I just want to say something.
Mm.
We Liberian, we like to criticize things. We have come a long way, and when we see something good, we don't want to say, this is good. We want to criticize it. I see Liberian are fighting. Some are saying, why President Trump have to ask the Boakai where you went to school? What does mean? Eh? But asking somebody where you went to school, you speak good English, is that any bad? What I mean, is any bad? Your political people, you're just, sit and just say rubbish. Excuse me for that. You don't think about Liberia and put it politics basically one side. We are not thinking about Liberia. We're thinking how our country will be developed. Then you come on show, you're not saying anything good. Oh, they disgrace our president. They do this, they do that. If I were on the other side, you were going to say, oh yeah, you see the man, no book. You see how the president. Look, let's stop this thing, man.
Thank you.
We come from a long way. Okay.
Thank you.
We advance the Liberians. Let's stop this thing. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, go ahead and drop yourself up. Let's go with Victor. Akbon. Victor, go ahead. We're listening to you.
Well, good evening, Mr. Toe.
Thank
Good
you.
evening to the panelists, Mr. Carter, Mr. Terry, and the security analyst. So here's what I want to say. President Trump, if you look at the politics of the U.S. current leadership, President Trump is saying, even in his opening statement, I don't know whether you guys started the program today from his opening statement, he re-emphasized that the U.S. is has driven away from aid to trade and security. And he also asked African leaders to help in securing some of the migrants that are in the U.S. that they trying to get rid of. That Africans can make land available for them to send some of the migrants in. Those were the opening statement. Now, the reason why I started off with this is because when you guys are talking about the China and the America collaboration, President Trump was also asked during that meeting today by one of the reporters on the issue of Chinese buying so much farmlands in America. And his response to the reporter was, you don't want to, that will be discussed in Kyoto because he has a good relationship with the Chinese president, President Xi. So he didn't want to say anything that he thinks that will bring their partnership and relationship when it comes to trade deals and different things. So the reason I'm saying this is President Boakai can walk and chew gum. He can have a trade relationship with the United States, even though we don't have anything to trade yet, but inviting investors into the country like the geologists, surveyor to come and survey all of our minerals and see what we got, what we don't have, and the value of those things. That was a good talk from the president. He can still build his relationship with the Chinese like he's doing because he has a long-standing relationship with the current president of China as well. When he was vice president of China, President Boakai was also vice president during Madam 12 years. So he has a good relationship with the president. So he can, walk and chew gum with both leaders, and I believe that something can come out of it because at the end of the day, America is not going to give aid to Liberia, so therefore Liberia can do whatever they want, whether with China, America, and the rest of the world. You can have a good night, good discussion. Let's talk Liberia. Think Liberia, let's do Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you. You can drop yourself as well. The last caller, 202, 202 number, Washington, D.C. What you say?
Yeah, thank you so much. I thought you forgot me. But yeah. So now, yesterday I really not want to talk yesterday, but Terry said something that really touched my heart and I call violate. Look, Terry, so now you know the truth, but the truth can make you develop politics you can't want to say. But today you said something that's real. Listen, you think President Trump stand right there and say, oh, he speak good English, meaning that he like burger. And first of all, the guy on the call and say, oh, I'll condemn that President Burger that speaking good English is welcoming to be John like Burger. It makes sense. Listen, it's a real downgrading. Somebody, president for a nation, who president for a nation, he's looking at president and say, where you go to school at? He speak good English. And among the other people, they say, even all around here, they speak English. Those countries are there, they speak French. Somebody speak Spanish. They are Spanish country, they are Spanish speaking country. If they don't speak English, they travel English country speaking English. He say, I don't know, president, that I want you celebrating. It must be embarrassing to you. Even to our working places. We talk Labrador, they say, why call Labrador? Where call Labrador? Oh, I think you speak French, your country. This is a question at work. So when I say their president, your president, the bigger simple, there's a president, the funny. Look to the issue. Mr. Moses. That your president you want to the same thing that Buffalo doing that show, that's the doing that. When you move on your campaign message, your campaign three, when you move on inside.
Okay, but let me merge your one here. Hold on, and then you can wrap it for me. Come
What
on.
makes the Muslim not say it on his kids again?
I know, right?
Okay. All right, Brigable, go ahead and wrap it up.
I do not know. I do not know what you call debate. You want for somebody to tell you what you want to hear from a person more, or you want. I hear somebody just be coordinating.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Before two people argument accept the rest of it, the public judge it. Now you going to test myself.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear from you. Brigable let's hear from you. Rescue 3. Let's hear from you.
Mr. Toh, how you doing this evening?
Thank you.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
hold on.
Oh my God.
Hold on 1 minute.
Very impressive.
Oh.
I'll go ahead. I will call them back. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
You know, the issue tonight, the reason why I'm just sitting at the bike, listening to the man, I just want to break it with them to come break their own net before I can come home. The Keto being a good citizen, he said the right thing. Sometimes, we disagree and we agree. But as Nigerian, any good thing happen for our country, happen for every one of us. When difficult time come in our country, they don't know policy, they don't know the CDC policy, they don't know the new policy. But the entire citizen of our country suffer. And people are saying that President Donald Trump, so you can't say when somebody show them and tell them that they are Muslim. So that's a difficult situation. Don't tussle and tussle. And you should know how they may be looking down on other leaders that have been coming right there. And we have been watching the life saying took over. I least thank God tonight, today, getting a team win on well. But Nigeria, regardless of whatsoever that happened, whatsoever they may say, getting this and that, asking President Boakai, thank God, I lead President Boakai address the leadership in the 2 minute time, and he was precise. To me, that's the point. He presented what the leader wanted to hear. And then let me never came back to say, why they made you try that he asked, you applaud him for speaking better English. You don't say, but this here, time today, this we're talking today, and the whole thing when I see people, they'll be getting greater honor, no one business. But we thank God. Any good thing happen for our country, happen for all of us. But we pray that they visit will yield the fruit. Because the country we believe in the dependency on too much. Every night we had the resources but not being managed well. These are the things that suffering us. So as the president said that they are asking the US government to stop them, to come to stop them, to know the mineral that we have in our country, I think that and it's a fair deal. Don't applaud our president also for that. Thank you for the show, Mr. Trump.
Thank you very much. All right, that will be the last caller. Terry, go ahead. You were making your point. Let me see what. Okay, Terry, go ahead. We'll come to you. That water cutter started closing. Oh, no, Terry. To be fair, go ahead and make your point. Close your point, and then we'll come around.
Yeah, I just wanted to add because like what happened to Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor said if he had known, he would have made America his friend. And I want to believe that's the reason why they eliminated Charles Taylor. That's also the reason why Muammar Gaddafi was eliminated. Muammar Gaddafi was in a heavy gun dealing and strategy to destabilize the whole of West Africa using the Russian army, the Russian weapons, buying weapons. Likewise, Charles Taylor was dealing with one boat from Russia, where he used to get ammunition to fuel his operation. And this boat guy, the American arrested him and put him in prison for gun arms trafficking in West Africa and all of that. But then later on, they trade him for one American, I think, basketball player or something. So, yeah, so America security policy in that region have been a significant issue. And one of the reasons why Liberia have been having problems. And most of the presidents, once they come in contact with China or Russia, immediately America steps in because it risks the security implications. Yeah. I just wanted to say that. Maybe
You mute her, liberal.
We're going to close it. Each of us 1.5 minutes each, because I want to get out of here exact on time tonight. So Walter Carter, 1.5 minutes. Give us your closing.
Thank you, liberal. Good show as usual. So yeah, we'll still wait. Like I said, we'll wait to see the outcome of the president visit here. We pray for the best. Anything that goes to Liberia that will benefit the people of Liberia, anything that Liberian people can make use of is good for the country. Um, since our civil war, after the civil war, we're still a striving nation. Our peace is still fragile. We need security. We need development in all aspects of our lives in the country there. So we'll need all hands on deck and every assistance we can get possibly from everywhere. One of the things that we always caution us as Liberians is to get away from politicians, the mentality of politicians, especially the common people. The politicians, they are crafted in dividing us, indoctrinating us, and making us to fall apart to the extent where they become demagogues. We believe in them to our own detriment. And I think we should start moving in a direction where we hold their feet to fire because of what they said they would do, and if they're not doing it, we have to hold their feet regardless of how close they are to us. We have seen government come, government go, and the same rhetoric all the time. So we must move on, we'll graduate from there because, what he named Alexander Kumi said, doing the same thing and expecting different results, you must be crazy. And that's what we've been doing forever. And for seasoned politicians, um, like the likes of the liberal, progressive, wannabe, celebrity, political guru, to put his whole weight to put,
Don't
Thank
spoil
you.
it. Don't spoil it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
ain't finished yet. I mean, Lena,
Throw
can I
out
just
the door.
land?
Walter Carter, you more than 1.5 minutes now.
No, I just
Probably
1 minute
time
I
to
went.
get
I
out of here.
timed it.
Okay, go
I
ahead. Go
th-
ahead. 30 seconds.
Man, the liberal wanna be celebrity. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, so I will save this. I will save our liquor tour for next time. My trump card there. So
Okay.
you give me okay. Thank you for the show.
Thank you. Moses, 1.5 minutes, please.
Well, thank you, and thanks to the panel. Which I think this is one time that I really gained some level, and we need to say, I mean, my level of respect has grown for you, based on your knowledges and talking about the interests for the greater
For
good of.
who? Who? Level of
With
respect for who? For me?
Walter Carter,
How you would do that kind of thing? That's
and
independent person.
it has grown because of his response today.
Okay. All right. Tell your own.
You see, we can work together when we meet in the middle, and it's always good to find common grounds. And
Okay.
I think I agree with him on some of this stuff. I don't think that. I think it was commendable because as I read the report, this is from CNN, and it says that the president had been meeting with African dignitaries at the White House in recent weeks as he seeks to strike deals that can expand America's access to critical material and to counter that of the Chinese effort. So it's not just the 5 countries he met with today. Or yesterday. He's been meeting with other countries, but we have interest in there because in Liberia. And so we need to look at it from a positive. And out of all these people, for the president of the Republic of Liberia to eloquently that Trump now listening to anybody else, I think is commendable. It's commendable. And you got to understand, Trump is ignorant of a lot of things. In his last administration, he called Africa asshole countries. Today, he's opening up for something different. So we need to commend him for that. The other thing I want to say here is that we cannot go because this meeting, according to them, according to the report again, it says it crystallized the Trump's administration's conflict approach to the continent. So there was a conflict when he got in office, and to cut off all the aid and to see the seriousness of the effect, not only on the people he cut the aid for, but on the United States. So I think this is an open door for us to take advantage of, and I hope that His Excellency will take advantage of it. And I think Terry agrees with me on that we need to follow through on it, because I've seen former leaders who have not followed through on a lot of things. I mentioned a little bit about Ellen, but you had a show 2 days in a row talking about Ellen. I refuse to come on that because some of the things I know, I won't feel comfortable saying it because it was not in the interest of our country. And so we don't want to continue to bear dark minds or deals based on our leaders. We need to move forward. So thank you for the show. And I think they're commending, they're saying that the president speak English. I think it was a good thing for us among all the African countries. That's the way I see it.
Thank you. Thank you. Ma Esther, good evening to you as well. Terry, let's hear from you. You're muted. Rescue 2, you're muted.
Thank you, Labor, for the show. Keto talk about China. We should turn to China. And China is a good country. Yes, I agree. Let me tell you. Turning to China.
Walter Cutter, you got to mute yourself. Go ahead,
turning to China, to be honest with you, will give a temporary development. That me and Labor were talking about it the other day, the kind of road Chinese people can build. You will see the development, but it will not carry you far. But what they will benefit from you, your security intel, they will block a lot of things. It will be far more bigger than what you will benefit from them. And apparently the West knows that, and that's why they always come in to block these operations. And I think most of our presidents have been having problem with that from day one. Even like I said it last on the show, former President Doe, he said he's going to pay the people back. So America said, but who are you talking to? And once a president starts turning the other cheek, that means that their mind have been condensed, they have been brainwashed, and there is nothing they can do. Security got to move in to get rid of you. So, and we as a country don't have anything to boast about. So, to turn to China, at what end? You can't turn to China at the risk of your entire country being vulnerable to international invasion. All our presidents, you look at Charles Taylor, former President Taylor, he started doing business with Russian people, doing all kind of tabata. When they got ready, the people came and pick him up and carry him. So one of the things we need to understand is that the Americans take pride in their security intel on international market, and they will do everything to protect it. And I want to believe this is where Liberia comes in, and this is where the importance lies. But our president must be strategic enough to take advantage of the opportunity that is given before him. Otherwise, we will lose it. And if we just only want America to pump money in us, they will pump the money, but our people will steal it again. That Labor can always say. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. I will ask you, I know you'll be with me tomorrow. I will ask you to, when you come tomorrow, tell us, this is your third time made mention of opportunity. So tomorrow, come and just give us what you believe the opportunities are here that the president need to seize on. And I know you're very good at researching, so I won't be surprised tomorrow you're gonna come in. You're muted.
You as the security analyst anyway. Yeah, at least there's a security analyst prepared. He said, I will also help. I will come.
What security analyst? The man refused to go to Liberia to go work. Then he said security analyst. Why you call security? The man want to go work. The man said, yeah, he got it because he got in President. What's his name? Biden. I beg you. All right, guys. Thank you very much for the show tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Moses, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. Again, wonderful show. Josh, thank you. My Esther, like I said, thank you for joining us again. We appreciate it, guys. All of you that make comment, call in, Brigable, all of you. I mean, Van, thank you very much. Ambrose, of course, as usual. I want to thank all of you again. Those of you that watching and not making comment, I also want to thank all of you, all 386 of you that I'm going to say good night to. I want to thank all of you. It's a wonderful show. Please join us again tomorrow as we come out here to discuss. Hopefully, Mr. So will find time tomorrow to join us as well. Again, I will say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful time. Good night, folks. Samson to Labra Pub Radio.
Rachel de Kibo, je adé. Oh, abrené gogo, nyari wa banyo, nyari okoro pawo. Abri gogo nyari. Abri gogo nyari, Stefan Soko. Oh, abrené, nana, amabri nyara gogo nyari wa. Stefan Soko ya okoro pawo.